Greetings, good people. How are you? Sorry for the inconveniences that we had from the beginning. We had some technical itch, but we were able to set up and we are ready to learn. So thank you so much for your patience. We had a blackout and also we were switching to our alternative source of power and getting alternative source of internet connection. And we thank God we are set up and ready to take it out. So we will having a discussion on how to use data and insight to help you grow your business. Remember, my name is Orwa Joseph, a trainer with Africa 118, and together with me is my moderator, a colleague of mine who will be moderating this session called Naol Edessa. Will be ensuring that we get the very best out of our today's session. So, as we kick it off, we are going to take some quick checks on what we are going to use today. Just confirm to us that you are able to hear our voices and we are able to see our screens with the display, use data and insight to help you grow your business. And also make sure you are able to chat with us through the chat box because that is going to be the tool that we are going to use in our communication even as we have our session of today. Great. So our today's particular session, we have split it into three segments. So in our first segment, we will be having a discussion on how to understand the right question to ask and also identify best tools to use. And we're going to ensure that you understand and analyze your data. So the main agenda is use data and insight to help you grow your business. Let me just check and get to know where you are joining us from, some of your expectation for today's session. Let's get to hear from you. It's great to have a conversation. I see great people joined here quite early, and people are having a great discussion as we discuss use data and insight to help you grow your business. So let me have a look at the great conversation that is ongoing. We have Itback Kiros coming as early as 2:53. Thanks for coming up early. That was it, Barek. We have Naola Desai. We have Gravity Rocks. Gravity Rocks from rainy Addis Ababa. Oh, it is rainy over there. Okay. Okay. Evans Rabare is also joining us, part of the training. Great, Evans. Thanks for joining. Muhahim, Hatban, Nuham Abakuk, St. Mary University. Great. Thanks for joining. Muamin, we have Nahibu, Nebiu, Jonas. Great name. Gravity Rocks there again. You are welcome. Feel welcome. Jiggling is really nice city. Oh, great for joining us from Jiggling City. We have Solomon from St. Mary University. We have Mujib Kasim. We have Ajewe, Test 5 from Unity University. We have Isayu, Shifiu. Great people. Can see great conversation going on. So let's take it out and we proceed with our agenda. And we want to look at our first agenda in which we are going to look at how to understand the right questions to use. Remember, the main discussion today is use data and insight to help you grow your business. Use data and insight to help you grow your business. So as we continue with our discussion of today, our question, what word would you use to describe like your customers? You have your customers, they are there, you love them, and you know they are your customers. So how can you describe your customers? If given time and moment in time to describe your customer, how can you describe them? Feel free to share with us at the chat box how to describe your customer. How do you describe your customers? How do you always describe your customer? One word for describing your customer. It could be two words, could be three. So each and every person is going to participate here. I start with Nahal. Nahal, you have customers. How do you describe them? For my customers, okay, there are a lot of customers that I attend to. Some are quite specific with what they want. Some are quite much They love responsive website, because I do create some website for some clients, and also some of my clients are bargaining, all right, and most of them use Facebook. Again, so they like buying online, and they also use they prefer paying through mobile money, fund transfer, Lipa na M-Pesa. So that are some of the words I can use to describe my customers. What about your customers? Which word can you use to describe your customers? So from that part of discussion, let's proceed and then look at our first question, or our first agenda of discussion. Understand the last question to ask. If you want to do your business and you want to use data and insight to help you in your business, the first thing, you need to understand the right question to ask so that you get the right answers, and then you can analyze the feedback you receive for you to make an informed decision. For example, if the goal of your business, you want you want to understand if people actually like your packaging, if the people like your packaging. And when you carry out a research, the first question you ask these people, how old are you, or have you ever used my product? So if you ask them if they have ever used your product, they will say yes. Will the word yes from the question, have you ever used your product, help you address the concerns or issues around your packaging? So you need to actually understand there are questions to ask. So we'll be taking us through how to understand the last question to ask when you are in your journey to understanding analytics process. Before we jump into the deeper part of this discussion, we have a question for you. What questions do you want to ask your customers? Feel free to share with us at the chat box. So let us know what exactly is the question that you feel like asking your customers. What exactly is the question that you feel like asking your customers? Do you want them to actually know? Do you want them to give you feedback on your packaging, for example? Do you want them to give you their views on how you can serve them better? Do you want to engage them? From which angle do you want to engage your customers? So, which question will you do you want to ask your customers? Feel free to share with us at the chat box. We'll be having a look at them. Yeah, we can see Esete Saif joining us from AAU. What question do you want to ask our customers? I can see Naol Edessa amplifying the same. Feel free to share with us some of the questions that you can ask your customers so that you get valuable insights for you to be able to connect with them. It back to say how much you are looking for to spend. Thanks, Itibak, for your feedback. Yes, so sometimes you want to know and understand how much a customer willing to pay for a product or service. So this one will help you know how much you should actually charge your particular product, so you can get their views. Maybe how much are you willing to pay for this, and why should you spend that much for that particular one? Thanks so much for your feedbacks, greater people. Let's proceed with our discussion, and now we are going to look at the journey to analytics. Okay, the process of analytics. We can break this process down into 4 steps. The first one, identify your objective. And 2, what questions you need to address. And 3, where did you get that particular information from? And the 4th one, what do you do with that particular information? So you need to get ready for this particular one. You need to press yourself and understand exactly the process of analysis or analytics. And we will be going into one by one, checking on how to identify your objectives, looking at how what your question you need to address, and how you can get that particular information, which channels you may need to get that particular information, and what should you do with that particular information after you actually have received it. All right? Are you ready for the journey of analytics in our first agenda? If yes, say yes at the chat box so that we move forward. Right. So let's have to look at some of these particular objectives when we mention, we have just mentioned objectives. What could the objectives contain? All right. Here are some of the examples of objectives we can use when you just want to understand the process of analytics and you want to understand which exactly questions should you ask your customers. Do you want to tell people more about your business, right? Or do you want to sell more of your product or service? What exactly is the primary objective of you carrying out that particular research? You want to identify uh, why, where are your most valuable customer are, right? Do you want to find maybe new ways to engage with your previous customers? Or are you ready for a new venture? You want to activate, you want to introduce a new product in line or a new product line into the market. So you need to consider your objectives for you to go through this analytic process successfully. Know your objectives. And two, we're there when we want to look at the second stage, which is what questions do you need to address? So once you know your objectives, you need to actually now find out with this particular objective that I have, what kind of questions do I need to address? All right? Which question will you be addressing? For example, if you want to engage with your previous customers, which questions will you be addressing? Could it be, how was our product? Yeah, in the range of 0 to 5, with 5 the most you are most excited about our product, and 0 you are least excited about our product. How can you rate our product and why? All right. So those are some of the questions that you might need to address. Example, for if you actually want to address, get back to engage with your previous customer. But take a look at this. You can use RIN structure to help you structure the type of questions you will need to ask about your business. So RIN acronym stands for reach, engage, activate, and nurture. So at that particular point, you will be asking yourselves, am I here with the sole objective of reaching new audience or increasing my customer base? Or I'm here to engage with customers that have been my current customers. I want to engage them, I want to talk to them, I want to get their feelings about my product. Or are you outside there to activate? This could always mean introducing a new product, introducing a new channel of communication, or reaching out to a new market. Do you want to activate? And lastly, does it mean you want to nurture? All right. Nurturing here meaning you have your client that actually have used your product and you want to build a relationship with them. You want to make them feel good. You want them to be returning clients. You want just to make these people to actually be your loyal clients. So the questions that you will be asking or you will be addressing at reach, engage, and activate or nurture will be different. So the RIN aspect or RIN acronym will help you come out with the best question that you will need to ask. Let's take a look at our next step. So our next steps here will be, where do you get that particular information? Right? Where exactly do you get that particular information? All right? Where do you get that particular information? That is a big question that you need answers for. Yes, I'm here, I know where my clients are, but this is the information I should get from them. How can I connect with them and get this information? Will I walk out and start like maybe one by one, go to the field and I have a meeting on one by one basis? Will that one be effective? Then come back, draw your tables, take your calculator, and draw the graph books, all right? That one could be another way how to get that particular information. Oh, I've just mentioned graph books, and I remember how many people are still using graph books to draw some circles, percentage, or maybe angles, 80% or 60 degrees to represent a segment of data. All right, all right, all right. And how many of you have you used that particular approach actually to come up with analytics for your business? I don't know. I don't remember myself buying graph books soon. Can't remember when last I used graph books. If you have ever used this in the recent scenario, please share with us some of your feedback on drawing using graph books, rulers, protractor, and doing that particular graph book. But how can you get this particular information, right? So gaining the right information, there are several ways that you can actually use to get the right information. We will be looking at these tools in a more detail in our later section, but to provide a quick overview of how they help businesses gain insight, social media channels is one of them. So you can see which content users engage with, measure views, likes, follows, even shares, among others. Among some of the social media channels will include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These particular examples mentioned have strong reporting features that you can use and leverage that particular aspect of those tools to do more for your business, make you collect more information for your business, right? And then we have organic search. So organic search is just it's all about identify what customers are looking for and align your business with their searches. So when you can get the insight around organic searches, how people are doing searches, especially around the industry in which you are in, so you can use those particular searches to be motivated to tweak your website and realign it with what people are looking for. For example, when people are looking for red jackets, why should you stock black jackets? All right? Is a red jacket a good one? Okay, fine. I know when you mention red, okay, people don't like color red shouting. Okay, for the purposes of our discussion, then let me mention people are looking for brown jackets. Why do you stock pink jackets? All right. So that is organic searches. And then we have your own website. You can have your own website, and also from your own website, you can put Google Analytics so that you'll be able to draw some of the activities that are taking place on our website, and that one to help you come up with a good way of reconnecting with your customers. And then we have paid search. Okay, with paid search, here is how you market your product to customers using paid channels. This could be search engine marketing. Then you'll be able to learn what your customers are looking for and what type of audience you want to attract, right? So these are some of the places from where you can get the right information, you can get the insight, all right? So, and our first stage, the question is, what do you do with that particular information that you have received? What do you do with that? Correct people, what do you do with that? So that comes pretty good questions, and this one should be the reason why you actually went to carry out this particular research. There is always so many reasons as to why you could gain that particular insight, and some of them are listed here, but you can share with us at the chat box. What do you think you can use with that great data and information? Having known that majority of your clients are coming from a specific region, they interact with your business around noontime, they like maybe brown jackets. How do you use that particular information? Pretty sure I know you have your answers, but I want to discuss some few here and get ready for us to be able to actually learn others from you too. So you will be able to insight can you will be able to use insight in several ways. The first one, be on top with market trends. All right, so you will be able to identify market trends. When we mean market trends, just learn to understand that at this particular time people don't actually eat Okay, in Ethiopia, what is your staple food in Ethiopia? Oh, let me know the staple food in Ethiopia. But for example, in Tanzania, where I'm joining you from, I can be able to understand that now people are no longer actually searching for jackets, or rather they are searching for umbrellas, right? And then you could be able to learn, okay, people are now, it's time people are maybe searching for wedding gowns, wedding rings. That one tells you, this duration of time, meaning people are really wedding. So you can realign your business with the trends, all right? And then you could be able to ascertain your user experience to better understand their path to purchase. So with Insight, you will be able to see how people are interacting with your online presence, with it your social media account or your any other platform that you have used to go online. It could be your own website or an e-commerce, for example. You'll be able to learn that people visit your website, or when they do visit your website, they work from this end to the other end. They don't visit that page. They like going this way. So they come to my website, they go to homepage, they go to product, they go to checkout. So if there is any other part of your website that is not performing good, you can see on ways to improve it or do away with it. And then you can identify what content users like to influence your content marketing plan. What I do we mean by this? So when you are online, you will be able to see which kind of a page your post do your people interact with, or kind of a website or a website page that they stay the most of the time when they visit that particular platform. So that one will trigger you understand what exactly is in this particular page, or what was in this particular post that made it reach many people, or do make people to take much of their time here. So when you get to learn that, you will learn to connect with your client and provide them with that particular content that excites them, that particular content that makes them to stay there. Wow. And then you can leverage on insight to shape your overall marketing strategy. So after receiving insight, if you are watching movies and selling movies and you realize people are not like horror movies, why are you going to store horror movies? That one could completely change on your marketing strategy, content marketing, product you are going to stock, and every other thing. Did you get that one? So before we proceed, give me a minute. I take a pause here to get if you have some questions coming forward for us to be able to address them. Great. I can see greater conversation. People joining is great. It's great. All right. People are joining, and moderator is doing a great work to have us. A great conversation. Andres M. Yassin is saying hi. Hi, Andres. Hannah Mulugeta. Hi, Hannah Mulugeta. How are you? Welcome to our session today. So if you have any question, please feel free to have them listed on the chat box down there. Every time we'll be posting to have a look at them and see on how we can help each other understand how to use data and insight to help you grow your business. So let's kick it again and move to the next stage, in which are going to identify the best tool to use. So we have had a discussion in understanding the right question to ask, and we have learned on how you can come up with the right question to ask by using the acronym REEN, which is reach, engage, activate, and nurture. So if your campaign is around reach, you now know the kind of question that you need to ask. If your questions and your what you want to achieve is around nurturing your clients, then you know what kind of questions you need to ask around that nurturing. So we want to jump into our next step, in which we are going to discuss, because we are now know the question to ask, which platform can we use, which tools can we use to connect and get this particular information and get this insight. Can you take some guess? Oh, why? If you take some guess, I'm waiting for your answers. Which analytical tools do you use currently? Have you ever used any analytics tools in your business? Have you ever used any? All right. So wait for you. Allow me to take my milk. Thanks. Great. Yes, I did take a tumbler, bigger one, so that we might have this process, having much energy, and having this process, having much interactions. So I allow you in Addis, it has been reported it's rainy. You can pick up that glass of coffee, that cup of coffee, sip it, and get back to us here and tell us which analytics tools do you currently use? Waiting for your answers, but we have some examples for you, and then you can add us more in your list. So we have online platforms that do offer great features to get information about your customers. We have social media tools which include Twitter, Facebook, Goodreads. We have organic search that include Google search, Google Console, we have Google My Business, all right? We have your website where you can have your Google Analytics installed in your website and get that particular insight. And also we have paid search. This is always we refer to it as search engine marketing, in which you interest people with what you're offering. This is all online tools that you can use to get the insight, to get that data. So let's take a look at Facebook, for example. So Facebook page insight can help you find out what people are engaging with when they visit your Facebook page and how they did find you. You can track the activities that are going on there, page views, likes, reach, page engagements, and follows. How is this possible? Okay, maybe if time allows, I will be looking at with you at an example of a Facebook page, and be able to see some of the insights. Okay, this is TradeSolve, this is Google. Okay, let me try Digital Launchpad as a Facebook page. Let me just show you. Oh, let me share my page so that you look at how Facebook page look like, for you to be able to get some data and insight, and you'll be able to let us know. So this is one of the Facebook pages that we know, Digital Launchpad, all right, Digital Launchpad. So when I go down here, it allows me to create a new ad, allow me to boost a post. There is automatic ads I can create, and then there's some posts here, and then down here there is insights. People reached, that is 910. Post engagement 323. Okay, and then page likes 26. All right. So, but when I come here to see all, I will get to a dashboard where I can see most of data. The data is loading. Great, great. So go to Creator Studio. So let me leave part of that Creator Studio and come here, page summary for the last 7 days. This is for the last 7 days, yeah. So page views is 21, page likes is 13, and then we have post reach. Post has reached, okay, the post done in the last 7 days and has reached 597. Story reach, okay, we don't have any stories from here. And then we have post engagement, add result have moved. So you can see in this table, I've been having this post. The type of it was a photo, it was targeting, it was shared with the public, the reach was 616, there was engagement. I can boost this post or redo it again. So this is the post that was done in the past 7 days. So you look at this information, so you get more of this. Yeah, so that is that information. When you get it, it will help you like plan your business activities and be able to plan what to do next from the data that you get. All right, so let's get back to our conversation, and you can see this is a Facebook page insight, like just an example that we have just showed. That is an overview of what you will be seeing. All right, so the next tool that you can use that we mentioned is Google Search Console. What is this thing called Google Search Console? What exactly is this? All right, it's an online tool free to use. So Google Search Console tool and reports helps you to measure your site search and traffic and performance, fix issues, and make your site performance well in Google search results. So you can see which queries bring users to your site, analyze your site impression, click and position on Google search. So you can submit a sitemap and individual URL for crawling. Review your index coverage to make sure that Google has the freshest view of your website. When we talk about Google Console, this is an online tool. So this online tool allows you as a person who have a website to go and register that website there. So when you register your website there and make it available in Google Search Console, the Google Search Console analyzes your website, understands, suggests errors that should be fixed, and you can always see how you are get reports on how your website is performing, how people are doing searches, or rather, how the people that did visit your website did find you, the path they followed, which words did they use to get to your website. So this is a good and wonderful tool that can help you know the terms that people are using to search for you, the ways and channels that people are using to get your website. All right, Google Search Console. That's all about it. If you want to learn more about Search Console, I will be sharing a link with you at the chat box so that you'll be able to just get at your free time. You can have a look and check what is all about Google Console, even as we proceed with our discussion. Things are digital, so you can learn online for free, by the way. So let's look at another tool that you can use. This is called Google My Business. So with Google My Business, it's an online tool that helps you list your business, put it online, so that when people are actually doing their searches through Google or they're doing their searches on Google Map, they find you. It is a free-to-use tool and comes with great features that makes you stand out. So you can market to your customer and increase your visibility with Google My Business. You can leverage insights to find out how many views your listing had, how and where customers find your listing, the actions customers take on your listing, and other interactions customers have in your business listing. Right? So Google My Business is a free tool to use. I believe my moderator will share with you a link where you can actually register your Google My Business. But later, maybe I can allow you have a look at one of Google My Business account here, so that you have a taste and feel of how Google My Business account will look like. So let me just stop this screen and share with you this. So this is Holy Grains. I like using this example because I'm one of the managers. So when you have your Google My Business listed, I've just searched Holy Grains, and you can see 29 views this month. I can see, right? So there's some 29 views of people that actually visited my website. I can click there and find more of these views, business profile interactions, have that data there. See, right? I believe you see my screen. So there is this data, platforms and devices breakdown. So we have Google search using mobile. You see, okay, right, 6.46% are people who search to me through mobile searches. And then there is 5.38 people did search for me through desktop. And some people did search for me through Google Maps. More searches, all right, needed in terms to appear here, all right? So you get this data. So you can even change the date from the start date to the end date and apply if you want to change the last date that these people actually interacted with your listing. So this is overview. You can check at the calls. People that did call you directly from Google My Business, I can see there is 0 calls, nobody made a call. And then let's look if anybody messaged us. There is 0 messages. Let's check booking. There is 0 booking. So when you have a Google My Business, you can always be able to track this information. So this is also a good place for you to get some data and insight about your business. Did you pick out Google My Business? Okay. Have you ever tried to create Google My Business for your business? All right. At your free time, please, you can take a look at Google My Business account that is there, and try to actually set up your business account. And if you have any challenges, if you have any challenges with that and you need some assistance, you don't worry. Google has partnered with several partners around the globe to help you have your business registered and verified. You can always visit gmb.africa118.com, and then you can get support in which and how to have your business listed and verified. So let's move forward. Another conversation in which other tools that you need to use. Another tool is Google Trends, all right? So Google Trends is trend search feature that shows the popularity of search terms in Google. So when people every day people are doing searches, every day. But now Google Trends try to look at the searches, group them, segment them, and make them available for you to be able to access them, use them to plan your business activities, all right? So you can view whether a trend is on the rise or a trend is like declining. You can also find demographic insight, related topics, and the related queries to help you better understand the Google Trends. Right. So let's look at how you can be above the competition with Google Trends. So use Google Trends to find relevant trending topics. You can use Google Trends to do what? Find relevant topics. Just to provide us with some sources, I will be giving you some resources on how you can get much more about Google Trends. There is a blog post I will be sharing with you after this particular slide. So you can use Google Trends to find relevant trending topics. Doing this helps you to see clearly whether the search volume is increasing or declining. This also allows you to see seasonal trends in one clear shot, so that when you look at those seasonal trends, you are able to market and redesign your business to go to take the advantage of those particular seasonal trends. You're able to monitor competition as well, and also identify steady keywords for search engine optimization. You can also find topics by region, target customers at local and regional or even global. So if you want to get some insight around Google Trends, I've just shared a link with you. At your free time, please visit the site and the blog so that you can read more and get some insight around Google Trends. So another tool, we will be also discover and show you how Google Trends looks like. But before then, let's check on another tool that you can use, which is Google Analytics. So with Google Analytics, you get a complete information to allow you to understand your site and app users and to better check the performance of your marketing, content, product, and many more. So with Google Analytics, you get insight that only Google can give you. You can access Google's unique insight and machine learning capabilities that make the data that you actually find make it important. The data becomes important to you. And with Google Insight, Google Analytics, you can connect your insight to result. So when we say connect your insight to result, what do we mean by this? Connecting your insight to result. Actually, if for example there is a campaign you carried out and in Google Analytics you can see that most people visited your website, you can look at that particular time. If most people visited my website in July or August, for per se, in August last year, what was happening in August last year? Look at your business. Were there some people visiting your store physically to buy? What happened? So with Google Analytics, you can actually connect the activities that are going offline in your business with the activities that are going online. We are going to take a deep look at different features and ways we can use analytics in the next few slides. But first, let's have a pause to address some of the questions that we might be having. Great people, let me check if you have some other questions that are coming forward to see if we can address. Still, did you? Okay, there's a question here. Yes, you are funny. Just for university, checking. Okay, still you did not start. What happened? It Kiros. Allow me to understand your question. Oh, okay. Itbas is asking that he came earlier and we were not able to come live. Thanks. I can see Nahol addressing that. We had a challenge from the beginning of our session, but we are now set, and I believe you can be able to get to hear our voices and see our screen, and you are getting some good insight behind this the session of our today. So thanks Itbag for your question, and thanks Naol for addressing questions that are actually coming up. So based on their purchasing power, yes, this is true. You can actually segment your customers based on their purchasing power. Like you check the question to ask them, for example, if based on their income, their purchasing power, you could address them, look at your customer segment them. For example, in Nairobi, one day I was in Nairobi, and the same piece of cloth in one particular segment of the town, the price is different from when you go to another part of the same town. So that is very true. You can segment your customer based on their purchasing power. Okay. Now all is describing their customers. That their customer is happy customer, buyer customers, complaining customers. Okay, thanks now for that. This was great. Great to have you in the session. Great. Cool. Let me see if any questions coming forward. Oh, great. Oh, we don't have any questions coming. I can see greater people still joining. Big data analysis kit per course. Thanks. You have been using big data analytics. That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. So now I've ever listed your business on Google. I can see great discussion going on there. Thanks, guys. So let's proceed with our discussion. And if you have any question and you want us to address it, please feel free to share with us. So we are jumping into our next segment. We are going to understand and analyze your data. Understand and analyze your data. And we want to look at Google Analytics dashboard. All right. So with Google Analytics dashboard, it has been categorized into these four main segments that makes it communicate some sense in our businesses. The first one, geographical location. 2, popularity over time. 3, active users. 4, visits. And maybe 5, how those particular people did reach your business. That is how you acquired your users. So let's look at Google, how to set up Google Analytics account. So do you have any Google Analytics account? If you don't have, it's very easy for you to set it up. And when you set it, you will open it, and we have just shared a link with you on how you can, where you can set your Google Analytics account. So just go to analytics.google.com, choose a name for your account, and choose the industry in which you want to your business is. All right. Naming your account is important, especially if you have several and multiple accounts that you're using. Choosing your industry and category helps you benchmark against others who have tagged their business in the same industry. And so that one actually helps you to set up an account. So it is easy. Just go to analytics.google.com, choose a name for your account, and choose an industry or category of your business, and you shall have set your account ready. If you want an in-depth conversation and learning around Google Analytics, Oh, great. I can see gravity rocks, screens invisible. Okay, let me check if that is the case with other people. Or let me check if I can change it to my internet to another provider. Let's confirm from other people. Graffiti rock as a challenge with our screen. Let's get to know the challenges it is with other people. Let's check with Itbare Kiros. Are you able to see our screen? Nahol? Okay, okay, thanks. Naol is confirming that you can be able to see our screen. Thanks, Naol, for that one. Gravity, we are sorry, maybe it is issue with your connection. You can try to refresh your page and check again if you can be able to see our screen. Oh, Itback Kiros is able to see our screen. Thanks, Itback Kiros, for confirming. So I believe gravity rocks could be having connectivity issues, but I believe it will stabilize and you will be able to see our screen. So if you want to learn more about Google Analytics, please just jump into the link we have just provided into the chat box. Keep that link with you. You'll be able to learn more on how you can set up your account and be able to learn more about Google Analytics. Great people. So let's proceed and have a look at Google Analytics into details. Having created your account, you have logged in, now you own the account, you have at the dashboard. The thing you need to find where the tracking code is. All right? Find where the tracking code is. So once you have picked your tracking code, the next step will be for you to have your tracking code embedded in your website. All right? So you identify the tracking code and take it to a website. The question will be where? So if you are using website builders or blog, there may be a simple field for you to be able just to put your tracking code there. It could be a simple, when we mention building a website using website builders, here we are referring to Wix, we are referring to WordPress, we are referring to Camellio, we are referring to any other, sorry, any other web builders that you know that you can use. So these particular platforms will give you a place that you can actually go directly and put your tracking code. I will be having, let me just show you a quick one. We have a web builder here. Let me quickly find one for us to demonstrate how you can add your tracking code to your website using through website builders. So let me have a look if we have one here. Great. Let me just check again. Give me a minute, a second. Let me search engine optimization. Great, I get one. I did get one. So let me just show you if you are using website builders where you can put and add where you can add your Google Analytics. So this is a website builder called Camellio. So we have a website here that has been created. This is the website called Urembo Kila Siku. That is the website. So you come to settings, and with this there is a place for search engine optimization, and then we have down here Google Analytics. Then down here you can choose Google Analytics, universal one, and then it is here. You look at that tracking code, you just put it there. Then once that one is done, every activity that is taking place in your website will be populated and you made available to your dashboard on your Google Analytics account. You look at that, quite easy. But if again you have a challenge, maybe you are not building your website from builders, so you want to add your particular tracking code to your website, you can take the code and give it to your website builder or a person building your website to add the Google Analytics at the section of meta tag. But if you are the one building it from scratch, there is always a syntax that you can always use, and Google has provided that one for free. You can just copy it and use it, by the way. So you can just copy it and use it. So we have several tags like this one here. I don't know if you're able to see. Great, you're able to see my account. So when you look at that, you will be able to see that there is this code. So you can just take this code, go and paste it at the meta tag section of your campaign. So like this code, recommended, company tracking disabled, turn off, cross-domain linking. So there's several codes. Just go to developers.google/analytics, or maybe let me try to share that link with you at the chat box, so that at your free time you can go and visit that particular link and be able to learn on how you can add your tracking code to a website. Great. So that is how Google Analytics works, and let's get back to our main. Let's get back to our main content and have a discussion. So Google Analytics have a dashboard, and you need to understand the four main areas of reporting. The first one, those areas, covers the segment for audience, acquisition, behavior, and also apart from behavior is conversion. So in the audience, we are answering question, who are these particular people coming to a website? Acquisition is how did they find you? And behavior, what are they doing? Conversion here, what activity was performed and completed, and that activity is considered important to a business. So these are some of the aspects that you need to understand when using Google Analytics. All right. So some of the more about Google Analytics. So our data is interpreted. So Google Analytics presents the data in this particular two broad categories. There is the dimension, which is the word. There is the metric, that is the number. The dimension here refers to what did they use to come to our website. Was it organic search, referral, direct search, paid search, social media, any other display marketing? And the matrix is the numbers. So it tells the users, new users, the number of sessions that these people actually took when they come to our website. So this is the reporting aspect of Google Analytics that you need actually to understand. So in short, at any given moment, when you want to know which kind of question you need to ask a customer, we introduce the RAIN concept: reach, engage, activate, and nurture. So while carrying out your campaign in Google Analytics, you need to understand which kind of question you need to ask these people, which kind of campaign do you want to carry out. You want to reach new people, you want to engage these people, you want to activate, or you want to nurture them. So this one will help you blend and come up with questions that will be giving you the right feedback that you need. All right. So let's jump into looking at Google Trends. All right. So Google Trends lets you do the following: explore what the world is searching for by entering a keyword, a topic in the Explorer bar. See stories curated by News Lab at Google's that provides additional insight found in that particular data. This section is only available in some countries, by the way. So you can see daily search trends, see here in search data, find guidance materials about news and lab trends. So this is Google Trends. So these are some of the things that you can actually get from this information from Google Trends. And when you get this particular information, how can it help you as a business person? How can this help you as a business person? So you can actually promote your business around seasonal trends. So seasonal trends allow your business to stay relevant and competitive. Throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips that will impact your revenue. There is a time you sell more, there is a time it takes months before you sell. For example, a Nike might use Google Trends to identify personal trends in terms of clothing, or create content about current trends, or just try to use that particular data to be relevant to the customers that are actually available for now. So for example, if he wants to look for women jacket, you can see there is a rise in the need in winter months, low in summer, and adjust about that particular demand. You can also use Google Trends to search for keywords. All right, how is this one possible? Because while using Google Trends, as a person, you'll be able to see which words or terms are people using and which terms have been stable over time. There are some terms that do fluctuate. There is a term that maybe, for example, Valentine could be much more on the rise during the second month of the year, around the third month of the year, right? And also maybe uh, tourism could be during maybe winter, but there are some kind of words that could be constantly on the rise and stable ones. People are using them. So when you use Google Trends, you can actually be able to find keywords. Yeah, use trends to identify potential keywords and tags. Name your product categories according to the popular keywords. Optimize your post according to the trending keywords. For example, Anika looks for blouses. Here are some related keywords that are searches that are available in searches. We have Victorian era, brown for color. We have camouflage. We have boho chic. We have fringe. So these are some of the keywords that Anika could use, for example. So just to let us look at Google Trends. Let's see if we can have a practical look at Google Trends. Let me try if we can practically look at Google Trends and how it looks like. So from my end, this is how Google Trends looks today. From my end, this is how Google Trends looks today. All right, Google Trends. That you are here. So you explore the world in searching. So you can pick whatever you want to pick. So majority of us are joining us from Ethiopia. Allow us to look for Ethiopia. Where is Ethiopia? There we are. Great. So when you look at Ethiopia and you go down, trending globally, Hungary versus France, what's happening there? And Ethiopia. So that is what is trending in Ukraine, in Russia. I don't know who can help me read this. Is this one Russian or this one is the unique language from Ethiopia? So in United States, what is the top search is Taylor Swift. Okay, searches in other years, know that. So new Google initiative. So what we could do when you go at the explore here, enter term. So let's term food. Let's say delicious. Delicious food. Okay. Delicious food. Well, let's look at delicious food. Let me minimize this in the past 30 days. Oh, there is no any other data for the past 30 days. Okay, let me look for the past 90 days. Oh, delicious food was not used in in Ethiopia. You people, what are you eating? If food is not delicious in Ethiopia, what description do you give food? Okay, let's try sweet food, right? Okay. Oh, sweet food is the last. Okay, sweet food is there. You Ethiopian people, you are great people. Let's look at how people have been searching for sweet food in the past 30 days. Let me look here. On June 11th, why were people searching for sweet food in Ethiopia? What was happening? June 11th. Somebody to share with you? Somebody share with me what June 11th, what was happening in Ethiopia? Was there a ceremony? They are like, I don't know, but you'll find that this particular day, people are really searching for sweet food, right? But that is less information that you can get about food, meaning Ethiopians don't eat. Okay, let me look for black shoes because Ethiopians people don't eat black shoes. Let's try. So let's look for black shoes. Okay, let's try it out. Oh, nothing. Okay. We like for shoes. Why black shoes are missing in why? Why is black shoes missing in Ethiopia? Black. Yes. Black shoes, alright? Such terms. Let's have a look. Oh great. Around June, a lot of people are looking for shoes. Why? In Addis Ababa. This was coming from Addis Ababa. One. The other related topics. Oh Christ. Fine. Let's look for football. People in Ethiopia don't like football. Let me check. Oh, football is not there. Okay, okay. Blouses. Wow. Ethiopia. There is no black. Okay, let's try coffee. Oh, Ethiopia with coffee. Now at least we have a term that is quite much common here. Coffee is there in May, coffee is there in June. A lot of searches are going on. We can see in southern nation, a lot of people search for coffee in Oromia, in Addis Ababa, in Hamra. People are searching for coffee. Aha, there is coffee table, blackout, export topics, table furniture. Okay, so when you do coffee in Ethiopia, then you become relevant. So that is how Google Trends. You can use Google Trends to search for some keywords and to be able to connect with your clients based on the trending topics and trending terms, depending on trending topics and trending terms. Great. So before we sum this thing up, I want to pause to get some few questions from us. If we indeed have any question coming forth, right? Oh, Eatback was saying we take fresh food. Okay, we should have tried to search for tray, fresh food, tay, fresh food. Ethiopia, okay, fine. Tray, fresh food. In the past, like 90 days. Okay, there nothing much as data provided for this. Maybe you can try another term. Oh, great. Another term. Okay, thanks for sharing. We will be having a look at that. And fresh food in Ethiopia. Okay, try fresh food or fresh food. Fresh food in Ethiopia. Fresh food. Boom, boom. Good. 20 days. People never search for fresh food. Ethiopia. What is going on in Ethiopia? Let me try to change. Uh, uh, try to change the term. Explore and look at maybe let's try Kenya. What's going on in Kenya? Where is Kenya? Where is Kenya? Ethiopia, right? Kenya. If you have any question, please feel free to share with us. We'll be addressing them soon. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm trying to. Oh, there is nothing much going on in fresh food in Kenya too. Okay, thanks, guys. So, I'll pause to pick any question that we have. Right. Try cinema. Okay, let's try cinema in Ethiopia. Cinema in Ethiopia. Cinema. Up. Okay. People go to cinemas in Ethiopia. Let me pick like past 7 days. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. This is quite interesting. We have just tried cinemas and we have a lot of data coming forward here. Let me just share with you so that you can see the searches that people are really searching for cinema. What was happening there? Great. All right, all right, all right, right. Okay, this is in Tanzania. Where can I compare it? Maybe cinema, compare it with tea. Okay, you can also compare some two terms. You look at that, you can compare even terms. There is cinema, and that is how tea is. And I've picked Tanzania, and maybe you can even add another comparison: cinema, team. Okay, let me add tea, right? And compare it. So we have the three. Okay. Oh, team is much more searched online than any other in Tanzania, much coming from Pwani, Zanzibar, Singida. So that's how Google Trend can be used to help you get those particular terms and see where exactly are those search terms coming from. You can dig deeper into that particular town and have a look at how those terms were actually searched, what exact time were people searching for this, doing these particular searches. And when you do that, you'll be able to use that particular information to position yourself and your business based on the current issues, so that you don't talk about things that are in the past. If you talk about the current issues, people connect with you. So, any questions? If you have any, please feel free to share with us. Nonetheless, my question to you, what is going to be your next step? Today we had like an hour or so session for us to understand how you can use data and insight to grow your business. We started from how to collect information from your customer by understanding them and picking the right question for them. We also went through the process of RIN, in which we were looking at different stages of you engaging with your customer. It could be at reaching out to them, it could be at engaging them, it could be activating, doing some activation, and it could be also about nurturing your customers. Are you going to do next after this particular session? Are you going to use these analytics tools to be able to come up with information that will inspire you to redesign your marketing strategy and find new approaches and activate new markets and come up with the content that describe you better and connect with your customers? What are you going to do next? You can learn more at learning digital.growwithgoogle /digital skills /courses, and our moderators shared this link with you at the chat box, so you go learn more. We have quite great resources for you, and when you go online you can learn more with this particular uh, place, platform. Learn more, get the skills that you need, and our moderator is going also to share some more resources with you. And before we break it, is there anything that you learned today? Is there anything that you count as something learned? If there is any, feel free to share with us on the chat box, and you can go ahead and share that one with us on the social media. Remember to tag us as #GrowWithGoogle. Tell us what you learned. You can also tag us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on Twitter. Let's get to learn. Let's get to know what did stand out for you. Or if you have any other question, interact with us on the social media and we'll be able to get in touch with you. So that is also, I've shared a resource at learning, a platform that you can learn more. And we are also sharing with you our social media handles that you can be able to share with us something you learned, a question you want us to address, something new that you will you wish to get to hear from us. So we have just shared the links to our social media platform. So please go there, tell us what you learned today, and use the hashtag #GrowWithGoogle. I will be waiting to see a lot of questions coming forth from ourselves, and I will be happy. And last and not least, for everybody that did come and attend this particular session, please feel free to give us some feedback. Let us have some feedback from you. What did stand out? And we'll be having at that looking at the feedback, so that the feedback allow us to get to connect with you, get to know what stood out, what are the topics you want to be actually trained on, what else do you expect from us. You can learn more, give us your feedback. And also, for everybody who attended this particular session, we have a certificate for you for just coming to learn together with us, coming together to have a discussion with us. We appreciate you with an online printable certificate. So feel free to fill that particular form, and it will be sent to your email addresses, and be found available for you. So it will be actually sent to your email addresses. So feel free actually to fill that particular form, and then we will be sending you some certificates. So a question, do you have any that has come up that need to be addressed? I don't see any other questions coming forward. So I want to just thank you so much, guys, for taking your time and coming to learn together with us. Great people, you came early, you were patient with us when we had some technical issues, but you have made our session great. I was your lead trainer, Orwa Joseph, assisted by Naole Desa as our moderator. Thank you so much, and have a productive weekend.